vlog. Today I'm riding for the first time my pink GravelKings 700 by 32 SS. Gotta double check. But with my rims, which has an interior width of 25 mm, actual width of the tires 34 to 35 mm. They are currently running tubeless, about 45 psi. Oh, and I love the pink color. It's so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious. But I'm pretty happy about it. The reason why I bought these tires is that because of the weather, I'm gonna be doing a lot of road rides in the next few months. But at the same time, I didn't want to get like super skinny road tires. So this is what I got. Hopefully these are the right tires for the type of riding I'm going to be doing in the next few months. Let's see how they go. So I've been riding it for about 10 minutes now, and it feels really similar to the WTB byway. I mean, on the pavement. On the pavement, it feels really similar to the WTB byway. On my first few pedal strokes on the new tires, it felt like it accelerated a little bit faster, but I don't feel that big a difference. It's still plush. Still pretty comfortable, even at the higher pressure right now, 45 psi. I knew it was gonna feel pretty good on the pavement. The big question is, how far can I push this off-road? Hopefully we get to find out today. Okay, so right now we are in this hill that I like to do, and it gets pretty chunky. So it's a really steep hill. I think it's like 400 meters in length. I think it averages 11% with big chunky rocks, especially at the end. So this is going to be interesting because there are rocks this big towards the end of this hill, and I used to struggle even with the WTB byway 700 by 40. So I expect that it's going to be even harder with the 700 by 32. So I already went up a little bit of a hill where it's significantly easier and the rocks aren't as big, and it already slipped. Right, so I suspect I could probably put this a little bit lower, maybe to 40 psi for something like this, but that's what we have to do. We gotta experiment. I already slipped coming up here, a little bit of a slip, nothing major. Still was able to pedal, but I can tell that it's gonna struggle here a little bit, so let's give it a shot. Boss, buntag. Those guys are the real rock stars of the cycling world. Alright, let's keep going. I think the heavy rain the past few days made that area easier. Like a lot of the big rocks were on the gutter, and I actually had a clear path going up there, but it felt like a struggle. It felt twitchy and squirmy. Based on how that went, I think these tires are gonna struggle on single track. Let's try bringing them to a little bit of single track. I can kind of do it, although this is not gnarly single track. This is really like as manicured as a single track can get, but it can do it. I'm afraid that I'm gonna hit a big rock and slash the tires. It's not confidence inspiring on the single track, that's for sure. Now that's to be expected. This is not what it was made for, but good to know that it can kind of do it anyway, you know, if I have to go through a single track. Yeah, it's pretty interesting because the WTB Byway 700 by 40 was not made to do single track, obviously, but I don't think I was less confident on another 700 by 40 tire, let's say a Maxxis Rambler or the WTB Riddler. It felt pretty much the same. The knobbier tires probably performed a little bit better than the Byway, but with a thinner tire, I do not feel nearly as confident. I wonder if that counts for anything. But on the crappy Philippine roads, this looks to be a pretty good choice for me right now, especially considering that I'm going to be spending a lot of time on the road on crappy Philippine roads the next few months, so it should be good. Let's keep testing the thing out. One other thing that I noticed when going fast, especially on a downhill where there's a little bit of dirt, I am not as confident compared to the WTB byways. This can do it, but I don't know, I wasn't as confident. Maybe if I get used to the tire a little bit more. Let's see what else we can discover biking this for the first time. And of course I managed somehow to get some air out. Yeah, I think I was going down an off-road thing and I think I went through like a rock or something and it just dropped, and I heard the ground or the rock hit the rim, and I think it let some air out. Let's put some air back in. Can't seem to get air in. My mini pump keeps pulling the Presta valve out and I can't put air in. My bad luck with new tires continue. Hopefully we can go somewhere where there's a pump and we'll see. Hopefully I can pump it up before we get home. I punctured the bike while biking. My bad luck with new tires continues. Fortunately, I was able to hitch a ride to my friend's house and he had a pump. So I pumped up the tire there and currently taking a slightly longer way home. So this tells me that going off-road with this tire, it's a little bit more delicate than the 700 by 40 WTB byway. Now, I was going down a rough road section, pretty mellow, but I guess there was a little bit of a drop and then there must have been a sharp rock or something, and that's what made the hole. So got to be a little bit more careful with these when I go off-road. Whoa! Alright, so barely made it home. I gotta fix the back tire. It's a puncture. Just gotta make sure that the puncture is not that big. If it is big, I'll plug it up somehow and let the sealant do the work. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. Clearly, I need to be a little bit more mindful about where I'm going, especially if I'm doing like rough road. But Basically, I bought it for road rides and the occasional rough road, and I think it's gonna do the job. So I gotta clean it, gotta work it out, and that's my first impressions for the... Hey bud! Panaracer GravelKing 700x32.
During days!
So shout out Dustin Klein, the ride by the numbers. 26.26 kilometers, 1 hour 45 minutes and 51 seconds moving time, and a lot of walking. Yeah. With 424 meters of elevation gain. I really hate my mini pump. I hate it. Hate it. No more in days, subscribe.